Here we are at a dam, about a 5-minute drive down the road from the Hoosick train tunnel. I just drove down that dirt road. Don't go down there. It's difficult to turn around at the gate. I had to make like a 7-point turn. Let's go see. Here we are at the stairs. This right here is where they lower down their rafts and tubes. You can see the bars are really shiny from a lot of people using this earlier in the day. Like I said, there was a lot of buses coming down here filled with people to go rafting. She can't get up that bottom step, that's too high. Come on. Come on. Now, you see those tiny little round holes right there? That's from people's ice cleats and crampons in the wintertime when this is slippery, or even when it's just wet, it can be pretty slippery. I was showing in a video about a month ago all these tiny little holes from crampons in a train tie. People were saying, that's not what those are. That's from the process of preserving the railroad ties. They were talking about these big slits in the ties, not these little round holes. I pulled over for just a second here. You cannot drive across the top of this dam. Big reservoir. Surprised you're not allowed to drive across the top. That's where I just was down there. Looks like you can actually drive down on that road. It looks like at some times this might be open. I was standing out there, gate starts going beep, 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 and it opened up. Looks like we can just drive across. It opened. All right. Driving across. Drive down and see what we have. Okay, this is as far as I'm gonna go. Go ahead and turn around now. You gonna let me back out? Come on. It just opens and you pull up to it. I guess me walking around in front of the gate before triggered some sensor to open. Huh. Don't even need to use the keypad that they have off to the left. I guess anybody can just drive on in there. That's pretty cool. Okay, this bridge is pretty cool. Dead end. Warning, positively no trespassing. That's owned by the railroad. It's an access road. It goes right over on the other side of the Hoosick train tunnel, across the bridge. Alright, I'm driving down this road now because I thought the drainage on this was pretty awesome. It's a pretty steep grade, this road. It takes about 10 minutes to drive down the hill. I drove down it twice already today. I just want to take a look at it. You see that really nice drainage ditch that we have off to the right? So the water collects there, and every so often there's a drain in the ditch. If all the drains clog up, it can simply go into a culvert at the end. Now this guy's driveway right here, you see how it's leveled? If that drain clogs, it goes across the bottom of his driveway back into the ditch until it gets to the bottom of the hill and finds a culvert. That must be pretty cool, because these drains, you know, they do clog up really fast. So in that guy's driveway, if it clogs up in the end, he must have a nice little pool there. But the way it's graded, it would never mess with his house. Now you come down here, right where this guardrail is, you see? There's a little trough that throws it off into the culvert. Here's another one. You see it's angled right off the road into the culvert, and it goes right under the street. Here's another one. The trough throws it right out, and it picks it up again. We're going to get out in a minute just to look at that. Right here, just like with that guy's driveway, there's not a culvert going underneath that street. There's a drain which cuts across the street and just dumps it in the woods. Now, if that drain clogs up, you can have quite a bit of water going over that side street back into the ditch on the other side, but there would never actually be a flood. Just the water trickling across the street. If it was a really big issue, they'd put a culvert there so it could just continue under the road as if it was a small stream. Now this ditch here, you could tell it could do with some cleaning. They should clean it because there's a lot of debris in there that would collect during a storm. But for the most part, it looks like it is self-cleaning. All the junk that doesn't collect on the drain, like right here, it just gets scooted right off the road under the guardrail into a culvert. Most of the culverts cutting underneath the street are not streams. They're just to handle the road water. But we're going to stop at one right up here and take a look at it. This one is an actual stream. There's a lot of debris right there. You see how it just right off? Now that one's actually trickling. I'm going to stop at one of them. Take a quick look. This road is not the place to lose your brakes. That would be bad. I believe this road is about 3 miles long. Oh, there's another one. Culvert going under the road. Now that drainage ditch, that doesn't look too terribly old. Right there, there's some water actually being collected in it. It just went into a storm drain. You can see a few areas there's patchwork where they have done repairs on the ditch. I'd say that concrete is like probably 20 years old or newer. It's a pretty new ditch. This road here, if you're not using your gears correctly, this really wears out your brakes. I'm trying to keep the speed limit going down it. And it ends right here. It doesn't go all the way to the end of the street. Right here. No, it's not right there. That house right there threw me off. But I know it doesn't go to the end. There it is, that's the end of it. Goes into a culvert and it's gone. And we're back down to the end of the road where that pretty cool bridge is. I thought that drainage ditch was pretty cool, so I showed it. That was a good example of a ditch that is made correctly, and you know it works well. Right here we're following the train track a couple miles away from the Hoosick train tunnel. And right now we're about to go underneath a really narrow, short underpass. There's a sign there telling you not to honk. Because there's a house right there. A lot of times those underpasses where you can't see around the corner, you're supposed to sound your horn. Not that one.